Neptune in the houses. Being one of the outer planets, not visible to the naked eye, this spiritual and subtle planet operates largely through influencing the subconscious. It is the planet associated with inspiration, dreams, fantasies, and illusions. Together with psychic receptivity, its energy is subtle, yet deep, flowing over us like an ocean of abstract thoughts and heightened intuitive awareness. The darker side of Neptune leans towards escapism, detached from the real world within a netherworld of dreamy fantasies, sometimes stimulated by drugs, alcohol, or hypnotic transcendental techniques. When Neptune is placed in one of the 12 houses of a person's birth chart, it indicates the area of life where we tend to ignore or avoid reality, preferring to see a fantasy or illusory variation suited towards our own liking. This position also offers us an insight into where we can be self-delusional, detached, and somewhat confused. Neptune in the first house. This is the house of the projected self, the personality or ego, and with Neptune here brings a mystical and ethereal energy to the individual's self-expression and identity. These people tend to come across as deeply imaginative, sensitive, and tuned to the spiritual realm, offering a charming and enchanting aura. However, this placement can promote a tendency towards self-deception and confusion, a kind of detached but intuitive personality with mystical and otherworldly charisma. This somewhat detached view of the world can often lead to disappointments and times where they retreat into their own world to avoid dealing with harsh realities. Neptune in the second house. This is the house of material possessions, values, income, and self-worth. Neptune here offers an idealistic view of the world with heightened sensitivity to the material world and a tendency to see the beauty and mystery of all things. These people can often attach dreams and illusions to their possessions, embellishing what they have with imaginative and sometimes fantastical stories. However, with this mystical view of the material world and one's possessions, there is potential here to lose sight of reality while looking into an imaginative world of idealism and fantasy. These people are generally creative, imaginative, and sensitive to their environment, drawn towards the spiritual side of things and deeper topics such as the occult. Many are talented within the arts, expressing their detached perspective in whatever medium they excel at. As this house is the house of personal income and finance, Neptune here can promote an unrealistic view of personal finance, leading to some difficulties through impulse spending and an overall detached view of managing one's finances. These people's approach to money and possessions is strongly influenced by their intuition and spiritual nature. Neptune in the third house. This is the house of communication, the mind, and how we approach thinking. With Neptune here, the planet of detached awareness and confusion, this placement can promote absent-mindedness with a scattered, unfocused attention span, especially if badly aspected to other important planets like the Sun or Moon. When well aspected, their Neptune's positive attributes will flow more easily, promoting intuitive thinking with a rich inner world of dreams and fantasies. They will either be able to concentrate very deeply or not well at all, depending upon various aspects. Energies from the outer planets can be hard to tame, but when done so, can be very rewarding. Many people with this placement live in a world of their own, detached, sensitive, and daydreamy, often finding it extra challenging to fit into the rigid world, preferring to be alone with their thoughts. The inner sensitivity which comes with this placement can stimulate a nervous disposition, especially when young, with a lack of confidence in their communication skills. As they seem detached and confused, many suffer from shyness and self-confidence issues when children. As the third house is also about short trips and errands, Neptune's influence here can confuse the issue, leading to missed appointments, missed buses, and a scattered approach to timekeeping. Also, because Neptune has no boundaries, these people can often find it difficult to assert themselves when dealing with others. They usually come across as soft and passive, as they try to understand everyone, with a charming, genuine and kind communicative disposition. The third house also helps us understand how we learn the best. So with Neptune here, it suggests that these people study better on their own in an environment without too many distractions, where they can internalize their creative and intuitive thoughts, which lead them to new horizons. Neptune in the fourth house. This is the house of home and family environment, together with our ancestral past and sense of security. Neptune in this house tends to blur the lines between reality and fantasy, especially when it comes to the concept of home and family. With Neptune here, there can be a strong desire to create a safe, sanctuary home environment, a refuge for spiritual and creative nourishment. These people can be highly sensitive in their home environment, with a somewhat illusory and idealistic attitude towards their family and heritage, with an intuitive connection to their family members. With such high emotional and sensitive expectations towards their family and home environment, these individuals often have to learn to accept their family home and home environment for what it really is, as opposed to what they wish it to be. Furthermore, with this placement, these individuals often need a good spiritual connection to their home environment in order to feel comfortable, dismissing many possible houses or apartments for the one which felt right to them emotionally. Neptune in the fifth house. This is the house of creativity, self-expression, romance, and pursuits of pleasure. This position for Neptune is often found in the charts of actors, artists, musicians, and people in various creative fields. Neptune's detachment from reality, with its dreams, illusions, and fantasies, is great for actors and storytellers, as they can often become so submerged within the stories or characters that they make them almost believable and real. The fifth house is also about speculation and gambling. With Neptune here, this can lead to an unrealistic, chaotic, and detached approach to caution in regard to gambling, resulting in obsessions and addictions with gambling. Not always a good combination for this type of recreation. Being the house of romance, Neptune here suggests that these people prefer partners who display and embody the qualities of Neptune, being creative, intuitive, artistic, and spiritual. Also being the planet of illusions, fantasies, and dreams, many romances may be just an extension of these imaginings, each fulfilling a mystical character or role within the romance. Neptune in the sixth house. This is the house of health, service to others, work colleagues, and daily routines. The sixth house describes your everyday lifestyle. In astrology, it gives an insight into your day job, how you service others, and activities you do on a daily basis, and also a career indicator. Neptune in this house brings fogginess and detachment, and as the sixth house relates to daily routine and a person's day job, many with this placement fall towards unconventional career paths. This confused and foggy energy can hinder necessary chores like paying bills on time and keeping their responsibilities in order. There is an overriding sense of helplessness with some of these people, as though they struggle to take care of themselves, with some even having sensitive and fragile bodies. Neptune in the seventh house. This is the house of partnerships and marriage. As Neptune is the planet of dreams, fantasies, and illusions, these individuals can have a heightened sense of idealism and romanticism towards their relationships, seeking deep spiritual connections with their partners. Due to their dreamy and illusory disposition towards relationships, they can often get stuck in challenging relationships which do not match up to their idealistic expectations. These people are not only sensitive to their emotions and intuition, they are also sensitive to other people and somewhat naive, which can lead to them being taken advantage of. An ideal partner for these natives would be someone else who shares the same level of compassion and emotional sensitivity. As there is always an element of confusion with Neptune, this cloudy fogginess can make it difficult for these people to fully commit to one person, as they will always be slightly detached and a little confused as to the overall responsibilities and dynamics to the relationship. Neptune in the eighth house. This is the house of transformation, change, sex, and other people's money. Neptune's placement offers an insight as to where we avoid facing reality. People with this placement often have deep emotions and an intuitive understanding of life's great mysteries. They can connect on a deep emotional level with the right partner, especially during sex, where they take it to another emotional level. However, their naive and dreamy disposition towards their partners can sometimes lead to abuse, trauma, and betrayal. As this house is also about joint resources and other people's money, this Neptune placement can cloud and confuse the native regarding these matters. Therefore, extra care should be taken when entering into any financial arrangement with others, as there is potential for confusion and deception. Neptune's deep insights can stimulate an interest, even fascination, with the occult, mysteries, death and rebirth, offering deep imaginings, illusions, and fantasies in these areas. It is not uncommon for people with this placement to have heightened sensitivity towards the psychic realm, with vivid dreams and intuitive insights, sometimes triggering spiritual awakening and profound journeys of self-discovery and transformation in their lives. Neptune in the 9th house. This is the house of higher learning, philosophy, beliefs, and long-distance travel. With Neptune in this house, the native can harbour a profound sense of spirituality, with a desire to connect with the divine or universal consciousness. They often have a deep intuitive understanding of spiritual truths, desiring to explore various religious beliefs, philosophy, and metaphysics, seeking to transcend the mundane to understand the true meaning of life. As Neptune is the planet of dreams, illusions, and fantasies, these people have the potential to become idealistic about their religious or philosophical beliefs, holding on to dreams about a perfect world and utopian ideals, much of which has little basis in reality, but can inspire others with messages of hope, compassion, and love. Traditional methods of learning, especially at higher levels, may not suit these people, as Neptune will cloud academic subjects with confusion and distractions. These people are better at learning through immersive experiences or intuitive understanding on subjects which stimulate their creative imaginations. Long-distance travel can be fraught with unrealistic ideals drawn to places of spiritual significance, where these people can explore their inner world of fantasies and illusions. Neptune in the 10th house. This is the house of public image, career, and reputation. With Neptune here, these natives often choose careers which have some connection to their spiritual beliefs, creativity, and ideological aspirations, either in jobs where they help others, where they can be creative, or where they are able to use their initiative and empathic skills, often in the arts, healing professions, or fields which allow them to make a difference. However, with strong idealistic views of how they wish to contribute to society through their careers, many become disillusioned by reality's rigid restrictions, preventing their dreams and fantasies coming to fruition. These people thrive on having a sense of purpose tied to their dreams, often serving idealistic causes greater than themselves. Although this may be the case with some, their compassion and deep empathy makes them likable figures in their career choices. Neptune here will also influence their public image, often in mystery and charisma, resulting in a somewhat enigmatic figure. Neptune in the 11th house. This is the house of friendships, groups, social life, and personal goals. Neptune here is the idealistic dreamer and visionary, bringing a transcendental aspect to their interactions and involvements with groups and friends. Being highly intuitive, those with Neptune in the 11th house are tuned into the needs and feelings of their friends and community members, promoting their personal ideals with the aim of making the world a better place. Charitable and spiritual groups are common among people with this placement, drawn towards artistic expression and creative collaborations. However, with such high ideals and dreams towards improving the world around them, they can often become disappointed if their goals or friends fall short of achieving these high expectations and fantastical goals. Neptune in the 12th house. This is the house of the subconscious, our inner world of hidden emotions. This is Neptune's own house, traditionally connected to Pisces. Here Neptune is positioned to offer powerful inspiration with a deep connection to the divine and universal consciousness. These people can be oversensitive and introverted, with a shy and self-conscious disposition, craving solitude from time to time. Consequently, many people with this placement can suffer from anxiety issues and depression, stuck in their own world of dreams and fantasies, detached from the drudgery of the real world. Being deeply emotionally influenced, more than most people, with extreme feelings of empathy and even despair, can manifest from time to time as compassion for other people's suffering. Seeing and feeling this level of pain can affect these people deeply. Therefore, time alone is often required to recharge their emotional and vitality batteries. This placement in the 12th house is also good for artists who thrive from surreal, dreamy, detached illusions where strong intuition and deep spiritual creativity is on offer.